The first game took place on Thursday, October 1st, at Huntington Avenue Baseball Grounds in Boston. The spacious ballpark was designed to accommodate 11,500 people. Over 16,000 were in attendance for Game 1. Needless to say, it was standing room only.
Ever played. The score is 1-1 with 2 outs in the last of the ninth when Fred Merkel's failure to touch second after an apparent game-winning hit by Al Bridwell cost the Giants a 2-1 win. The ump calls Merkel out and rules the game a tie. The base-running gaffe, referred to as Merkel's boner, is often blamed for the Giants losing the pennant.
Took a vicious swing at the third pitch ball, and the bat connected with a crash that was audible in all parts of the stand. While the crowd cheered and the Yankee players roared their greeting, the Babe made his triumphant, almost regal tour of the paths. And when he embedded his spikes in the rubber disc to officially homer 60, hats were tossed in the air, papers were torn up and tossed liberally, and the spirit of celebration permeated the place.
And there it does go. It's a clean hit. Watch Mickey fly around those sacks. He rounds third. He's coming home. And here comes Mickey Cochran home with the winning run. The run that won the game and the World Series for the Detroit Tigers.
For the past 2 weeks, you've been reading about a bad brag. Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. When you look around, wouldn't you consider it privilege to associate yourself with such a fine-looking man as is standing in uniform in this ballpark today? That I might have been given a bad break, but I've got an awful lot to live for. Thank you.
Derringer, facing Dimaggio, takes no chances with the home run king, who takes 4 outside pitches for an intentional pass, which brings Derringer face-to-face with Bill Dickey, and there goes the ball game, as Dickey's drive to center field brings in Keller with a run that gives Red Ruffing a 2-1 decision, and the New York Yankees the opening game of the series and a spectacular start in their quest for a 4th World Series crown.
Paso pitches, Williams swings, there's a high drive, going deep, deep, it is a home run against the tip off of the right field stand. A tremendous home run that brought in 3 runs and turned what looked to be a National League win into an American League 7-5 win.
Hack then lines a double into left field. Greenberg comes running in to cut down the hit. The ball takes a bad hop over his left shoulder, which enables Schuster to score all the way from first base with the winning run of the ball game. In 12 innings, the Cubs are victors over the Tigers, 8-7.
Only hitter during the series. Slaughter is off at the pitch. Walker swings and lines a double to left center. Slaughter kept on going, rounding third base at full speed, scoring all the way from first, when the relay throw from Johnny Pesky reached home too late for a play on Slaughter. This important run put the Cardinals out in front by a score of 4-3.
Pitching for Brooklyn in the Yankees' 6th, with runners on first and second and 2 men away. Dimaggio smashes a long drive into deep left field. John Frito, after a desperate twisting run to the 415-foot marker, makes a sensational gloved hand catch of Dimaggio's terrific wallop. This greatest of all World Series outfield catches stopped a sure home run.
Newcomb's third pitch is a curveball. Hendricks slams it for a long drive into the lower right field stands, and it's all over but the shouting. This mighty home run blast in the last half of the ninth makes Tommy Hendricks the hero of the day and gives Yankee hurler Allie Reynolds a 1-0 two-hit shutout of the Dodgers as the Yanks take the first game of the series. Jerry Coleman is up. Here's the pitch, and Coleman hammers a long drive into left center, where the ball falls between Mayo and Ashburn for a single, which breaks up the ball game. Woodling tallies the winning run, score 3-2, and the Yankees take a commanding 3-game lead in the series.
In the first inning, Vex sent in a pinch hitter, Eddie Goodell, a midget who stood just 3 feet 7 inches tall. His strike zone was said to measure 1 1/2 inches. Veck told Goodell that a man in the stands with a high-powered rifle would shoot him if he swung at a pitch. Goodell obeyed. The Tiger pitcher walked him on 4 straight pitches, all of them high.
Bracker throws. There's a long strike. It's going to be, I believe, the Giants won the pennant. 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 Bobby Thompson hits into the very back of the left field stand. The Giants won the pennant, and they're going crazy. They're going crazy.
Young Billy Martin, Yankee second baseman, steps into the batter's box. Labine gets set. There's the pitch, and Martin drills a hard drive through the box into center field for his 12th base hit. Bauer scores with a winning run to give the New York Yankees the World Series. This final game ends in a 4-3 score.
There's a long drive way back in center field, way back, it is long. Willie Mays just brought this crowd to its feet with a catch, which must have been an optical illusion to a lot of people.
Rhodes cuts at the first pitch, and there goes the ball down the right field line. A home run into the seats, and the ball game's over. The Giants win this opener of the 1954 World Series 5-2, and the Polo Grounds rocks with tumultuous applause. The storybook finish is the biggest moment in the baseball career of Dusty Rhodes.
With pinch batter Frank Kellert at bat, Robinson dashes for the plate. It's close, and umpire Summers calls him safe on the daring maneuver, but Yogi Berra doesn't think so. Elston Howard sends a grounder to Pee Wee Reese, and these Dodgers at last are world champions. Delirious with joy, teammates and fans mob the Brooklyn pitcher in wild acclaim. In the Dodger clubhouse is the pandemonium only a great victory can generate.
Got him! The greatest game ever pitched in baseball history by Don Larson. A no-hitter, a perfect game in a World Series. Never in the history of the game has it ever happened in a World
a ball, flashes a drive to left. The leap by Slaughter is in vain. Gilliam comes home in the single with a run, which wins for the Dodgers 1-0. It's Eddie Matthews at the plate. And he connects. Hank Bauer moves back, but the ball is out of reach. A home run and a 7-5 Milwaukee victory. It was nothing new for Eddie, as he had hit 32 homers during the 1957 season. Matthews' homer has evened the series at 2-2, and his teammates give Eddie a hero's welcome. It brings up Billy Bruton. Billy works the count to 1-1, and then whistles a line to right center. That's a hit all the way, and Adcock scores the run that gives the Braves a 4-3 victory.
Batter Adcock, here's the pitch. There's a fly ball deep right center. That ball may be on through and over everything. It is gone, home run.
Threw a high slider to him and he hit it right out of the ballpark in right center field. And the score still wound up 1-0 with the home run with 2 on. Now to...
With the count 1-1, Jack Fisher wound up. This time it was right over the plate. Crack through Fenway's lights and gray sky, a 440-foot blast into the bullpen near deep right center, gone. With his head down, Ted rounded the bases. The crowd applauding wildly, the 10,000 plus now sounding like 100,000. Ted crossed the plate, a quick handshake with Red Sox catcher Jim Pagliarone, then into the dugout with a fan trying to go in after him.
There's a drive at the deep left field. Look out now. That ball is going down. World Series deliver. And they're resting. Hits it over the left field fence for a home run, and the Pirates win it 10-9 and win the World Series.
Here's the windup. Fastball hit deep to right. This could be it. Way back there. Holy cow, he did it. 61 to Maris. And look at him fight for that ball out there. Holy cow, what a shot. The big Yankee crowd roaring now for some action. There's a high drive, hits the deep right, and forget about it, it is gone, the ball game's over.
The 2-1 pitch. There's a fly ball hit out to left. Waiting is Jones. The Mets are the world champions. Gary Koosman being mobbed. Look at this scene. I nearly tore this ballpark apart when the Mets clinched their division pennant against the Cardinals. Here's the Met locker room. The Mets had 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors. The Orioles 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors.